What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with a little Market Watch today. You know, I really wish Konami did more seasonal kind of playmats. I don't know if they can do that, but I think it'd be really cool to see like a holo playmat or any kind of like Halloween like type card throughout the month of October, and then maybe have like something for November and December. Like, I think like throughout the year, holidays or whatever, but like certain holidays I think are more fun to talk about and celebrate than others. And I think Christmas would be cool. Maybe a Thanksgiving one. I mean, people probably don't care much about it. But definitely like a Halloween playmat. That'd be so fun. Or even a Halloween special event. During Thanksgiving, Konami has a charity in which you can bring cans. I'm not sure if they still do it. I know they did it last year. You can bring cans and you can play for old Yu-Gi-Oh packs. I thought that's a great idea. I would love to see stuff like that again. Great idea by Konami. Obviously, OTS stores love doing it as well, even though there's a little bit of extra work for them. And I really wish Konami did more for the OTS store as far as giving them a little something. But ultimately, a great idea. And I want to see more things seasonal with this game. I think it'd be really fun for the Yu-Gi-Oh players as a whole too. You bring kids and get old OTS packs or Astral packs. You go during, let's say, the month of December and play in Yu-Gi-Oh event. At the end of the month, you play for a playmat. That's a Halloween themed playmat that you can only get once a year. Once again, really cool. A Holo is my pick, but let me know what yours is in the comment section down below. Magnificent Mavens is out, and the thing about Magnificent Mavens is, okay, so Konami's been having a bunch of sets, and lately they've been really good. Before, you would have a set that's really crap, and a set that's really good, and then 2 or 3 really crappy sets, and then like a really good set. I mean, the crappy sets might have like 1 or 2 good cards, but for the most part, garbage. And then like really good sets. Lately they've been releasing some insanely good blockbusters, and Magnificent Mavens looks to be a really good set. I mean, obviously you have all your striker stuff here, so you got a lot of great striker reprints, which is excellent because Widow Anchor is in desperate need of a reprint. It's good to see Sky Striker in the new Sky Striker card in here. I mean, the whole core for the most part that is valuable is in here. Obviously, you have more support as well for anybody that wants to play Sword Souls. Once again, there is all, well, not support, but reprints. It's all right here. Hopefully not short printed, but it's going to be, let's be honest. So there's that. Then you got other cards that desperately needed reprints, like Skill Drain, Anti-Spell, kinda, Ghost and Match, Evenly Match, Infinite Impermanence, Lightning Storm, Triple Attack Talents, and of course the alternate art version of Appaloosa, which I pointed out in one of my past Market Watches. Even the Ghost Rare, the Gold Rare version, is actually hard to get. It's valuable. So it's cool to see a reprint of that. Now, we don't know if Magnificent Mavens is going to roll out any Starlight Rares. Probably not. We've been kind of spoiled with Starlight Rare, even in alt sets, like one Starlight Rare. And once the Konami one, probably too much. But overall, this is a really good set. And of course, the number one thing is Shizu's. This is going to change the entire game as we currently know it right now. Magnificent Maidens is looking to be is looking to be an amazing set. And as much as I always yell, and you know I always say, don't buy sealed, buy singles. Don't buy sealed, buy singles. I'll be honest with you. It's really hard not to buy sealed Magnificent Mavens. One of the very few times I think, even though you might lose money, it's a pretty good set and there's good value in here. So it's really hard to say. Then again, it's Konami. Things get short printed. So let's go with what's probably going to get short printed. Lightstorm Talents, Infinite Permanence, Evenly Match. All these, well, one of these will get short printed. Let's see. Widow Anchor, that's short printed. So I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully I'm wrong. And Konami's like, hey, here's everything. But ultimately, there's going to be short prints in this set. And also, obviously, going to have a secondary market impact, which will drive the value of these cards. But I think it's a really good set. And I'll let them know what you think. And what are you looking at from that Magnificent Mavens? What are you going to be buying? Are you going to buy individual? Are you going to buy sealed? Comment down below. Let me know in the comment section which one of these cards you really care about or are interested in. And why. Me, personally, Strikers. I need to get the new Striker card. 100 zillion%. Ultimate Rare Ray? Yeah, I want my Ultimate Rare Maze. I don't own Sword Souls, so love to have them. Of course I need to get Ishizu's. 100 zillion%. An extra place at an evenly match? Sure. Pendulum Core needed a reprint. I don't need it, but I just noticed that right now. The alternate art Appaloosa, I have a Starlight Rare, and I still want the alternate art Appaloosa. Like, that looks really good. So, there's a lot of... Oh, Yatagarasu? What the... I didn't even see... Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you. That's for me, sure. So, I mean, there's a lot of cards I want here, and I don't think I'm alone in this. Once again, like I said, comment down below, let me know what you think about this set. I think it's a great set. Konami, do more reprint sets like this. Also, that token. You don't need that token. That is going to be something everyone's going to pull and not want. I don't care if it's secret rare. You don't need that token. Just throw it out there. All right. So, I normally like to talk about the newer cards. And the reason why is because I'm a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player. I love talking about competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm what's called a competitive collector. I do collect cards, but cards that I am competitive with. Meaning, Appaloosa Starlight Rare or IP Masquerade Starlight Rare. I'm never going to sell them. I'm going to play them, and then they're going to go in my binder forever, more than likely. With that said, cards like Skyscraper and a Cybernetic Revolution Ultra Rare is a card you might not want to look out for. If you're a hero player, even more so, but if you're an S-Link format player, you also might want to see this card as it is a one of, but not many of. Look at the price. Look at the price. It was going down $92 for first edition versions. Currently right now, it is $75, but look how many listings there are. There's one from this guy, I don't know why he doesn't have a gold star, but $76. Then there's one over here from also in gaming, $76. Then $100. And after that, there's no more. The name and let you play first edition market of this card is gone after that. You might be able to find some on eBay, maybe, Toronto, possibly, Amazon, could be. But ultimately, this card is going off the market. And when cards like this card, as Cybernetic Revolution, is going off the market, it's not going to come back. They're gone, period. So what are you doing about it? Just throwing it out there. Looking at Magnificent Mavens, once again, I am excited about this set so much. Let me know if I'm not alone in this. It comes out in roughly around 2 weeks. The game changes in 2 weeks. Now, keep that in mind, especially when you're looking at Darkwing Blast. Don't get me wrong. Bestials, whatever the name is good. And I like them. I'm probably going to buy them myself. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of cards I want to buy. Like Tinman's Rukalos. But these cards are going to be going down in value. Now, these are the pre-release version, the pre-sale version of these cards. They're already going down in value. And Bysteel Libellion was 71, I think last we talked about it. Now it's barely holding on to 64. Team Rukalos is 21. It's barely holding on to that price point. Spellbound is supposed to be a good card. We don't know if it is or isn't. It's at $22. Blazing Cartesia, I think is going to be the next card that's going to be used. And anyone who likes to play Branded, I think it's a great card. But even that's going down in value. All the values are going down. The question is, what can go up? And that's a good question. In my personal opinion, I think obviously if you need tier limits, you want to get Rukalos. Tier limits are going to be tier 1 with the release of Magnificent Mavens. And of course, they use a small Bestial package in their deck. So you might want to consider looking out for the Bestial cards. Blazing Cartesia might be used if you're looking to play Branded. And it might be still decent with Branded Bestial. But will that be good enough to play in a tier 1 format when Magnificent Mavens come out? I don't know if it's going to be. We'll have to see. Spellbound, I don't know if it's going to be a good card or not. I have zero idea. And I would love to know what you guys think about this card. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Or do we have another Ultimate Slayer on our hands? Me personally, a little fun fact about Ultimate Slayer, I still think it's a good card. It's not good right now, but I don't think it's not going to be not good for long. I still think it's a great card. It just needs to find its place in the meta. And once it does, you're going to want to get a placement of it. Sprin's Brian's gonna be another good card, and I haven't talked about Sprite. I haven't talked about Sprite so much lately, but Sprites is still gonna be the best. In fact, I think they're the best deck right now, up until the release of Magnificent Mavens. Then they're the deck that has to fight the best deck, which is gonna be Teal'c, the new Teal'c deck. With that said, Sprites aren't going away. I still think they're always gonna be here, but once again, in 2 weeks, they will not be the best deck in format. They are the best deck in format right now. 100%. With Sprint, whatever, they're going to be the best deck in format in the foreseeable future, which is roughly around 2 weeks. That's it. So, yeah, Sprite players, you're going to want to start learning about how to play against new tier limits. It's going to be painful. It's throwing out there. Not impossible, just really hard to play against them. All right. Looking at 2022 Megatons, I still think it's good value, these Megatons, as I always do, but is Diviner going to be used? Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. The price is still going down. It was at $13, now it's holding on to $11. Looking at the rest of the Megatons, I do think they're still great cards. I always say that, because these cards are cards Yu-Gi-Oh players forget. What, with the release of Darkwing Blast, Magnificent Mavens, people forget about the Megatons, and what happens? Well, obviously, people go in and buy these cards, and then everyone needs them, and then the market spikes up some of these cards. So keep an eye on this. Always think about the Megatons, because throughout the year, people will be nitpicking at this, and prices will be going up. All right. Looking at Power to Elements, I mean, the prices are kind of crazy if you think about it. Sprite Blue is still about $50, obviously. It was going down, hitting around 40s. Now it's around 50s. Primary Play Paralino, it's still valuable, and more than likely will be valuable up until the release of Magnificent Mavens, maybe even afterwards. Sprite Alpha at $20. That's crazy. This card is still holding good value. Powered Elements, in my opinion, should have went down in value, at least for the Ultra Rare perspective. For all these Ultra Rares, it should have went down in value, like all these. But it hasn't. And we really don't know why. It could be a mixture. You could say people aren't really buying into the set as much. Maybe the Yu-Gi-Oh players have gotten smart and said, you know what, I'm not buying singles. So it's less of a chance of bad Yu-Gi-Oh players, bad Yu-Gi-Oh buyers, buying tons of powder elements, cracking it open, sorting, and selling it. If there's not that many players making that mistake, there's not many players buying in the singles market to capitalize on that mistake. That could also be happening as well. We really don't know 100%. It could be a mixture of both. Ultimately, though, Powder Elements is still a great set, and I do think a lot of these cards will hold good value, even into the release of Magnificent Mavens. Looking at Runix, I think Runix, and here's my hot take about Runix, it's going to devolve into an anti-meta deck. In Oshi, that's basically where it is right now. Here in the TCG, it hasn't done it yet. I think that's where Runix is going to be. Don't get me wrong, I think Runix is going to be really strong, probably the best, at least with sprites, up until the release of Magnificent Mavens. And then what happens? Well, Runix, can they hold up against, well, the new Telements? Maybe. But if they do, Telements will play him. Like, let's be honest. Will they really play him? Who knows? I don't think Runix is going to hold good value long term. I think, ultra rares, by the way, I think they're going to be going down in value because Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be pushing into the side. They're really good still, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. Like, I think they're only good right now. They're the best right now, but can they sustain it until within a month? I don't think so. Visa Star Force obviously is rising in value. It had a low price of roughly around $10, and the current price of this card is about $13. After that, $16 for this card. Now, why is it going up? Well, because of Scareclaw. Scareclaw's had a dominant showing this weekend for Telement players. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are playing Telement and Scareclaw and doing a lot of crazy things with them. Here's the question. Are they going to be good? I don't know. I have zero idea. I did recently buy into Scareclaws, and I'm testing the deck out right now, trying to see what's the most optimal build. But I don't know if they're going to be good enough. I mean, will they still be even kind of relevant? It's a really hard question to ask. Is it worth buying? Well, I mean, Scareclaws are really dirt cheap, and if you already have Telements, it's a dirt cheap extension. If you spent money on Telements, you probably have extra money lying around your house, $20, $30, to buy Scareclaw. So it's up to you if you want to try them out post Magnificent Mavens. But I don't know if they're going to be worth it. Let me know. Also, let me know if you went to my website and bought some field centers as well as some tokens. Website's YGOPaisano.com. Once again, you don't need Konami's tokens, you need mines. Their field centers are cool. I have better ones. So if you want to check it out, once again, the website is YGOPaisano.com. I'd greatly appreciate you guys check it out. It's a great website. I have a ton of field centers, a ton of tokens. These sell out, and they're really hard to get back in stock, so not a lot of you guys will have these. You'll probably be the only ones at your locals with these. Not a lot of people will have these, so that makes it even more harder to find, more rare. People are reselling them on eBay for like $60. I sell them on here for like $20, $25, but it is what it is, and selling them evidently, so good for them. But yeah, check it out, YGOPaisano.com. All right. Back to the Market Watch. Beyond the Pendulum is a card that's going to be good in the future. And I mean the future, I mean with the release of the new Pendulum stuff that obviously is going to be pumping the price of Beyond the Pendulum. We don't have Election Night off the balance. And if we did, maybe people will look at Beyond the Pendulum a little bit differently. But because we don't have Election Night, when the new Pendulum stuff finally does come, the best thing that's closest to it is going to be Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum came out of Dimension Force and had a low price at one point of roughly around $7. Current price point has the card at $16 a copy, more than double for Beyond the Pendulum. You're probably going to want to get 2 of them. I don't think you'll need 3, but 3 is kind of the safe bet. It's up to you, though, but it's a great card, and I think it's a card that's going to be used, obviously, if Pendulum starts showing more dominance in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG meta, which I think is going to happen. Then we have Salesman. Ooh, I got to watch my words carefully. Watch your words carefully, V. V, watch your words carefully. Watch your words carefully. Okay. Who fucking bought this card? Like, did I not tell you this card was fucking dog shit? Did I not say that shit to you? Why don't you listen to me? What the fuck? V, the card's good, V. Is it, Ro? Is it, though? V, I'm telling you, it's a great card. My friend used it as one place, as one locals, as one time, and almost made top 4 out of locals. Really, did he? Gives a fuck. The card's trash. Last time I talked about Salesman, it was roughly around a $5 card. $5. You go see on the market here for high as $5 in the past 6 months. The card price right now is at $2, 3 with shipping. Listen, Salesman is cheeks. I've been saying it forever. I've got a lot of shit for saying it, and I kind of like ignored it because I'm like, ignore the V. You'll be proven by the market and in time. So, you still playing Salesman? Comment down below. All right. Dark Honest is a card that I've been saying is gonna be good. But in order for Dark Honest to be good, the meta has to slow down insanely slow. I still think it's a great card, and I don't own this card, but I I mean, the market's showing it going down. It might be not a bad card to buy. I don't know. I might pick a place that this card up. I like the card. Good artwork. And Honest, pretty good card. Honest is good in a slow meta, and like insane slow meta. And I think Dark Honest is good too. It's just not good right now. Yes, Dark Honest has a reprint, but that reprint is as an ultra rare in a 2022 tin. So do you want an ultra rare or do you want a secret rare? I go for secret rare. You let me know in the comment section down below. I haven't won for it yet. You know, OTS One Pack 19 is a really weird OTS pack. What are the chances at one point was the most expensive card? Then it was Skill Drain. And now it's Fallen Albaz. Fallen Albaz is currently roughly around $44 to $47 in the market. And Skill Drain is down to about $35 to $41. I still think Skill Drain is a great card to pick up. I only own one Ultimate Rare. Maybe eventually I'll get two. I'm not rushing for it. But Albaz is a card I personally wanted. I have my playset. Do you? Obviously, Albaz is going to be used with the new Bestial branded deck that might be one of the best decks in the game. We don't know it yet, and we'll find out, at least this Friday, starting with the release of DARKWING BLAST. Then we have Metamorphosis. So, I did a live stream yesterday on my YouTube channel, youtube.com. Obviously, YGOPaisano, you might have heard of it. Hit the notification bell, subscribe. But I did a live stream on it, and in my live stream, I talked about Metamorphosis, and basically, I want to talk to you about it right now because I think Go format is a good format for those that are old fossils like myself. I think that there's going to be a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Alternative format. Magic Gathering has Modern. Well, it has a bunch of other formats, but Modern. Pokemon has expanded. Yu-Gi-Oh! Will ultimately have one dominant alternative format. And I don't think it's going to be GOATs, and here's why. Metamorphosis a long time ago was bought out. The price of the card went up to $250 for the Super Rare at a Champion Pack 1 when it was initially $60. Then it went to $500, and now, well, it's roughly around $1,000 a copy. Now, I could easily buy a playset of Metamorphosis. I could get a Max Ready GOAT deck, inevitably, eventually, no big deal. But not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to want to do that. But those same Yu-Gi-Oh! Players still want to have a Max Ready deck. They just want to drop $3,000 on 3 cards and then the rest of the deck. Rightfully so. I think that this is going to be alternative Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta. I don't know what it is. I might talk about it in the future, but it's definitely not going to be GOAT format. Once again, I think GOAT format is a great format. I think it's really fun, but I don't think it's the best alternative Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta format. With that said, Metamorphosis Super Rare at $1,000, not bad, but is it really good? Konami can easily make a starter version of Metamorphosis, and the price of Super Rare at Champion Pack 1 will go down. Will it stay down? That's a different subject. But it will go down in value. They can make it an Ultimate Rare, they can make it a Super Rare, Secret Rare, they can reprint this card, and the value will definitely impact the Champion Pack 1 version of Metamorphosis. We've seen this already, by the way. Before anyone says no V, Deep Sea Diva got a Super Rare reprint. It also has an Ultra Rare reprint. Now, I'm not saying the price of the Super Rare Deep Sea Diva at a Turtle Pack Booster 4 tanked, but it did go down. Obviously, as of late, it is going up, so it's a little bit different. You can see it over here. But even before that, it was going even higher. The card used to be roughly around $140. It's now $95. Still a lot of money, but you got to realize this card at one point did go down, Deep Sea Diva, when it had the Super Rare reprint, and then again when it had the Dual Saga Ultra Rare reprint. So what I'm trying to say is, yes, Metamorphosis can be the card to go down with a reprint, but will it stay down? In Diva's case, it didn't. But will it happen with Metamorphosis? Diva's also used in Sprites when Sprites first came out. Metamorphosis, who's playing that lately? Not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. Enemy Control is my favorite card to talk about. Someone asked me, V, talk about an old card. Cool. Enemy Control at an Ancient Sanctuary. Now, this card has a ton of reprints. Dual Terminal reprint, Super Rare out of Dark Revelations, Gold Rare, of course it has a Gold Rare, why it doesn't, and tons of common. In fact, Dark Revelations 2 version, Super Rare of Enemy Controller has a weird chart, but even weirder when you realize the fact that this card only has unlimited printing and still has a crazy high value. I mean, it's roughly around $35, right? Pretty crazy. For Econ. Sees sporadic play and then goes away, but nevertheless still has crazy value. Well, when I say any more crazier, the original print version of Enemy Controller out of Ancient Sanctuary is even crazier. The value of this card, first edition version, once again, Let You Play Unlimited, is roughly around $45 a copy. Each copy of an Ultra Rare is $45 for a first edition version. If you want to get unlimited, no big deal. You can get unlimited for as cheap as $9, no big deal. But the first edition printing, that little first edition right there, is the difference between $8 and $45. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Market in a nutshell. All the cards holding good value if you get it at the right time at the right cards. And Econ was always the right cards. I mentioned this a long time ago on a Market Watch. I'm not sure which Market Watch it was. I do too many of these. But I mentioned a long time ago how Econ was the right choice. And the reason why I mentioned it is because there wasn't many to go around. If you look over here, there's only 43 other listings of Enemy Controller. There's not many to go around. And when Yu-Gi-Oh! Players want to buy this card, what happens? Well, the Ultra Rare obviously spikes, we saw over here. Then the Unlimited's going to spike. And then the Super Rare, obviously, is already spiking. enemy controller is going up in value. This could happen with a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and this is why I like to point at this in the Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Now, this has already happened already, but if you watch my old market watches, I talked about it already, but there's so many other cards that this is going to happen to that we'll be talking about on this channel. Also, Substitute. So, nothing screams, yells, force hype like Substitute. Substitute recently came off the bans, and the price spiked in value from a copy from $15 a copy to as high as, well, $32 a copy. Substitute really went insanely high in the market, and now it's kind of calming down. I mean, you get a light play first version for roughly around $9 here on TCU Player. For a rare that only came out of Light and Destruction, the same set Lights ones came out in, you can get this card for about $9.50. Now, who's really buying this? I don't know. Did you sell your extra copies? I didn't when this was really unlocked on the bans. And when I made my ban list live stream on Twitch, I talked about how you should only keep as many as Konami lets you play and sell the extras. And in the case of Substitute, if you did it, you would have made a good amount of money. And that's the market. You gotta always be careful. You gotta know when to sell, when to buy. You can't just always buy and hold. You have to know when to sell, because now those who sold Substitute when it first came with the ban list can easily buy a bunch even more if they wanted to. Or they could go ahead and buy some amazing field centers and tokens at my website, YGOPaisano.com. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos have a great day.